Hello, Delmarva. I'm Seymour Krelborn.
And I'm the Audrey 2 from the Clear Space Theater Company here at WBOC's historic Studio D. Delmarva Life starts right now.
Definitely a first.
Definitely a first.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is Monday, May 7th. I'm Lisa Bryant.
I'm Jimmy Hopper. Welcome to Delmarva Live from historic Studio D, and we want to say good afternoon and welcome to our studio audience today. Thank you for coming in, guys.
Do they look happy?
They do.
They do look happy because a lot of them are eating chocolate. We want to thank Sweet Serenity Chocolate from Seaford being in the studio today and giving out some chocolate. You know, it's Monday and chocolate makes me happy on every day, but especially Monday.
Well, there's two of them here, so does that mean one is mine, or
yes.
You were just letting me see the other one of yours?
No, you can just look at that. That's mine.
Okay.
Thank you. Anyway.
Well, I got that straightened out. So did you have a good weekend?
I did. A restful weekend, kind of, yeah.
I think we were the opposite. I think we squeezed everything out of this weekend that we could possibly get. It was a great weekend. As a matter of fact, that's one of our top talkers this morning, or hot topics this afternoon. It was a great weekend for the Salisbury Zoo. We talked about this last week, raising money for the Renew the Zoo project. Brian Spiros was out there, and take a look at these guys. They actually hit their $3 million mark.
Wow.
The Zoological Society did a great job over the weekend. It was, and also, I didn't know about this. They announced that their Discover Australia exhibit, they're going to try to open it early.
That's amazing. Let's hear it for the Salisbury Zoo. And thank you to everyone who showed up to Zoobilation this weekend.
Yeah. Going to be wallabies here even before you know it.
Oh, that'll be fun.
How cool is that? Also a good weekend at Winter Place Park.
They had the Kidney Walk this weekend. Walkers raised over $30,000 in the annual Salisbury Kidney Walk, 80% of which will go directly toward research, education, screenings, transportation, medication, and other services for those dealing with kidney disease on Delmarva. So we've had a very good week. They had a very good weekend as well. Let's hear it for them. So many people doing so many good things for people on Delmarva.
Breaking into summertime and everybody's getting busy. So.
Yeah, and here's something that kind of, I don't want to say surprised me, but I was very happy to see. The Orioles, the Baltimore Orioles, have the best Major League record thus far, 19-9, following their win yesterday over the Red Sox, 9-6, 17 innings to get that win.
17 innings.
They have the best record in Major League so far.
Isn't it terrible to be in such disbelief about? Well,
no. I mean, it's good for them. I'm happy. It puts a lot of people in a good mood on a Monday.
It does, but there's a lot of other people that are waiting for the other shoe to drop.
No,
that's terrible.
Only the negative people like you, Jimmy. The other shoe is not going to drop.
There's not another shoe. There's only one shoe.
And they're going to win the World Series.
It's a championship shoe. We've got some tickets to the Shorebirds.
Yeah.
Kind of along the Orioles line for this weekend. Carol's birthday is this weekend.
Oh, happy
so we got
birthday,
some tickets to the Shorebirds game. And I was just reading this morning about third baseman Connor Narin. Now, I hope I say Connor's last name right. His dad, Jerry, a Major League player and manager. Connor remembers as a kid hanging out, get these names, with Cal Ripken Jr., Ken Griffey Jr., Pedro Martinez, and Manny Ramirez. How would you like to say, oh, yeah, they came over to the house all the time, went out back, barbecued, we had a large time.
Played some t-ball.
Oh, my, yeah. Yeah, they tossed me a few. And in the meantime, 19-year-old Dylan Bundy is doing great as a pitcher. The Orioles picked him up. 17 innings, he's allowed 1 hit, he's walked 2, he's struck out 25, which means, tally up all the numbers, batters against him so far are 1 for 50.
Oh my goodness,
Isn't that crazy?
He's not staying local very long.
I don't think so.
Well, you know, last week we talked a little bit about how this week is National Nurses Week. It's just a week to celebrate nurses. It's from May 6th through the 12th, I believe. And it is in honor of the birthday of Florence Nightingale. You may remember.
Right.
There she is, Florence Nightingale, the founder of modern nursing. And so this week we just want you to honor a nurse, give her a hug.
Tell them thank you.
Tell
even if
thank
you don't
you.
see him in the hospital or doctor's office, hey, you see one in scrubs in the store.
They do all the work.
Yeah. They keep the doctors in line. We know the truth.
We do. We really do.
So thank you guys. You do a great job in the hospitals and everywhere you go. So thank you for that. I am still struggling with this whole Twitter, Facebook thing.
I know. I've already tweeted this morning. I'm very proud of myself.
Blah, blah, blah. I don't know why this is such a struggle for me. You'd think I'd have this down by now, but I'm not. Now, moving along in that vein,
yeah.
Did you know that most of the politicians on the Eastern Shore don't use Twitter or Facebook as much as everybody else does?
Really?
It seems, I think, Colburn, Dorchester Senator Richard Colburn, he's the only one that has regularly used Facebook and Twitter since I think it was back to 2006. He's been doing it since then. Everybody else just likes to drop a letter in the mail. So
head of the curve.
I guess we're just, the old.
You're doing fine with Facebook.
Fashion.
I see you post on Facebook occasionally.
Like every 3 or 4 weeks.
You're doing fine.
I forget to go read it. Oh yeah, there's people there.
And don't forget, like us on Facebook.
Yes.
Hey, we talked about this last week. This weekend was the first mud bog of the season.
Of the year,
up in Gumboro.
Yeah.
If you've never been to a mud bog, you gotta go. You gotta go see them run these big trucks through the mud. It's a lot of fun. My son went this weekend because one of his best friends actually participated in the mud bog, and there he is, Andy Watson. This little boy is 13 years old. This young man is 13 years old, and he is driving, I believe it's his father's truck. It's called Cow Patty.
Oh my.
Yeah, take a look at that. They let him do a exhibition run over the weekend up in Gumboro, and there he goes, 13-year-old Andy Watson.
Look at this.
3rd generation mud bogger, from what I understand. Yeah, my son is shooting the videos.
We've got a new photographer behind the camera here, so great job, Ethan. Good job, dude.
Good job, Andy. How about that? How many?
Oh, he made it through.
Yeah, he made it through. 13 years old. Can you believe that?
Wow.
Very proud of Andy.
But see, it'd make me a little nervous to give him the keys to my truck. Ed, can I go down to the store? I don't know. Are you going to stay on the road?
He's going to stay on the road? No.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
I don't think they take Cow Patty to the store much.
No. Not get caught anyway. But there's several more mud bogs as the season progresses and through the summer.
Exactly.
So be sure to check about that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we'll be talking about that again.
Yeah.
Tons of fun in Dover. Had some Special Olympics skaters out over the weekend. Over 100 athletes from Caesar Rodney and Red Clay school districts participating in the annual special competition. The picture here, that's Jaquise Johnson Duffy. They're in the front, right behind her, 2nd grader Marissa Gonzalez.
Yeah.
And they had a large time and did a great job over the weekend. So
that's wonderful.
It was wonderful to see them get out and get involved. 4 years, $150 million. What could you do with that much money over that time frame? Well, I'm glad you asked. You could build a brand new Indian River Bridge.
That's where you're going.
That's where I was going with that, yes. They actually walked over it over the weekend, and now DelDOT is saying they should have it completely open by Memorial Day. Here's somebody that walked across it.
I'm sure it was fine, but I was worried about the support beams in it. So now I'm very relieved. I feel safe taking my children over this bridge. Now that she's walked across it, she feels safer driving across it. I don't know that I get that, but Carol, for some reason, said that bridge makes her nervous too. But
really?
Oh, it'll be fine. It's a gorgeous bridge. They've done a great job designing it.
It is beautiful.
2,000 people crossed the Charles W. Cullen Bridge yesterday, part of the opening ceremonies, and they'll have everything open, the pedestrian walkways, as well as all of the lanes open by Memorial Day.
That's great.
So
that's wonderful.
Good news there.
You want to touch this one? Take this one?
Sure.
Yeah.
There's something that makes me absolutely nuts. When I'm sitting at a stoplight or even in my living room and can hear a half a mile away one of these cars that's got that thumping bass that just rattles everything in the house and my teeth.
In other words, when my son pulls up next to you.
That could be. Even next to me, it's not so bad, but when I realize it's 2 or 3 cars back, I'm thinking, well, first, you got to be deaf. And second, I'm going to be if you get any closer. Well, in Dewey Beach, they're considering changing the noise ordinance there and lowering it just a little bit to try to control some of that. They're going to decide on Saturday whether or not they're going to lower the ordinance during the daytime as well as during the night to try to make it a little more acceptable for everybody that's in the neighborhood, that's on the road, that happens to live nearby. And now, during the day, it can be no louder than a conversational level at 3 feet.
Now, who decides
which is
that?
About us.
Yeah.
So, well,
really?
The people that are against it said there's no way in the world that you can actually enforce that.
I don't think so.
All I know for a fact is that my mother-in-law will probably, and I will probably never be allowed in. We have no conversational level at 3 feet.
You went there.
It gets really loud when it's that close. So.
I mean, my music is louder in my car than conversational level, I'm sure, sometimes, especially when I'm singing along, you know?
Guess so. Well, they're saying at night, like 20 feet, which is
well, you know what?
Really pulling it down.
I don't live far from the bypass in Salisbury.
Right.
I mean, maybe quarter of a mile, half mile, I don't know. And every once in a while, we can hear cars going up the bypass and hear that thumping. So I just can't imagine what it's doing to their ears.
Yeah,
so,
and everything else.
Speaking of music, you know, a lot of people were saddened over the weekend to find out that MCA from the Beastie Boys, Adam Yauch, died on Friday. So have you heard of, you've heard of Coldplay, of course.
Yeah.
They did a tribute to MCA over the weekend, and we have the video of it. And I want you to listen to this because he took Adam's wonderful lyrics and made them melodic, took it from a rap to a song. And this is how Chris Martin did it at the Hollywood Bowl on Friday night.
And your teacher preaches class like you're some kind of jerk. You gotta fight for your right to party.
So for those of you who are saying the Beastie Boys, come on, really? They're rap, hip hop, or whatever. I think they were lyricists in a way, and very poetic. I mean, fight for your right to party. Okay, yeah, maybe not. That's not the most poetic thing you've ever heard, but
quite the same punch as the original.
No,
but it was still.
It was very nice.
Nice.
It was nice.
Very nice.
Now you go home and listen to your Beastie Boy albums, aren't you, Jimmy?
All the time.
All the time. Well, this afternoon on Delmarva Life, we are all about Mom. Start her special day with a Mother's Day breakfast. We'll give you a couple of simple recipes that will show her how much you care.
And how about a unique gift for Mom while supporting local artists at the same time? We're going to pay a visit to Handmade Galleria in Salisbury to see what it has to offer.
And Brian's got the Mother's Day flowers covered. He's at How Sweet It Is in Eden. Brian?
Well, Lisa and Jimmy, what would Mother's Day be without flowers? When we come back, we're taking some of the pressure off, and we're going to show you items that will make Mom happy, plus why this Sunday is important in other ways. Stay with us. You're watching Delmarva Life. We will be right back.
Delmarva Life is brought to you by Sussex County Federal Credit Union, guiding you to your financial future, and Peninsula Regional Medical Center, honored to serve the entire Delmarva Peninsula since 1897.